Welcome back to Dow Twang. I'm Dave. We're going to put this B flat major backing track on here, and we're just going to do a little jam today, and we're going to take things as they come. We're just going to talk about stuff as they pop up, right? So this isn't like a prescribed set of skills that we're talking about today. But I will tell you that the idea that I have for this is grooving, okay? And grooving with simple bundles of notes. Not talking about a bunch of note theory and stuff here. It's like taking some really simple things like some triad shapes and like pentatonic scale and like stylizing it and kind of just working with it to get it into a groove. And these two things are almost interdependent. If we don't keep it simple, it's not going to groove. It's just going to turn into another note chasing, mess of things that aren't phrased that great and stuff. So you'll see what I mean here in a second. And I'm making this for YouTube, not Patreon, so I will put some of this backing track at the end of this video for you. So the chords are B flat, major 7, and C minor 7. It goes like this. And that's it. Now the first thing that I will mention really quick is I don't think of this as the two chords. It's something like this that's just like almost like a vamp, like one of those early Doobie Brothers vamps or something. I just think of it as B flat. To me, it just sounds like a one chord jam, really. So right away, there's a whole bunch of stuff I don't have to worry about and be anxious about and distracted. Switching between B flat and C. Forget about it. B flat. Okay, well, we're not setting the world on fire here, are we? With these licks, you can hardly call them licks, but after a while, they will be, right? Because if you care for them, if you just get, a routine, and each step of it, it's so simplified, it's so distilled that you don't have to think about the notes you're playing. Putting that 6 in there with the triad. Okay. Now I've added the 9 up here, the whole step above the root B flat. Okay, so I said a moment ago you don't have to think about the notes. Well, your ear is choosing the notes, but you don't have to think like, what numbers they are or even what the names are, right? It's just because the real-time exercise of repeating, this isn't something that has to be memorized. It's your body will memorize it literally within like 60 seconds. The higher third. The embellishment is just sliding into it. I'm going to give you some space here. Okay, and if you need more space, you can just mute me and go right to the end of this video and start using the backing track, all right? That might have been enough of a primer right there for a lot of folks to just get going, right? Like, man, yeah, I can work with that, right? Nothing really much more to think about it, right? A couple more ideas and then I'll turn you loose on this. Okay, so on the slides, all right, and this is a really kind of easy thing to get into, but there's so much that you can do with it, right? Don't just try to kind of emulate mine and just move on, or just kind of treat them as like licks to memorize. Really explore this. And here's what I mean. Like, so obviously that sliding into the major third, that's a big one, right? And I even repeated, just messing around with like approximating that and bending up to it. And I think I did it up. Right, that's just from that root to that kind of teasing that space between that minor third and that major third. Just do it by ear. If it sounds cool, you're bending it right. Don't worry about like if you're exactly on one of the notes or not. So that's a good one to put in there. But some of the other ones that you might not, pick up as automatically are sliding into this six, going to the root. Kind of like it almost looks like you're going to a 4 chord of B flat, right? Like that kind of. And you could do that. You could play a whole arpeggio of. See, we're not going to talk about all that today, but that's it's in play because it's part of this. Right. It's in a diatonic sense, like all of those notes all those chords could be made out of those same 7 notes. We are not worried about all that right now. So triads. So getting down to this position. Right, and then you get this. That sound.